And welcome back. As the events of September 11th unfolded, many journalists unexpectedly found themselves literally on the front lines covering the biggest story of our generation. More than 130 of them shared their observations in a book called Covering Catastrophe. News producer Allison Gilbert and journalism professor Mitchell Stevens helped edit the book. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Allison, I'll begin with you. A lot has been written, of course, about September 11th. Why was it important for you to write this book, to edit this book?
I think there's reasons, professional and personal, of why I wrote the book. Personally, I was sent down there like every New York City journalist was that day and found myself extraordinarily close to the unfolding events. I was under debris when all was said and done. I was taken to Bellevue Hospital. I reported from my hospital bed. It was horrendously scary. I really thought my life was in danger that day, as did so many people. And professionally, what we did that day as journalists was continue to run towards disaster, so to speak, not to equate us, of course, with the real emergency workers and EMS and firefighters, but we ran. We showed incredible courage to wear our professional hats, too.
Were some journalists reluctant to share their thoughts, just trying to put this behind them for a while?
I think just the opposite. I think that people were so eager to help. This book, and the reason why I think they were so eager to help, that every single penny that we would have made as editors of this book covering Catastrophe is going to charity. Every dime, every nickel. We're donating it to 2 specific charities, and I think because of that, people were so willing to give back, because so often as journalists, we're accused of taking. You know, we go to a scene, we get the emotion from victims, we interview people, then we go on to the next story. This story was different. I think we all felt it.
I know for many of us who worked that day, you're so busy working, it really doesn't sink in. It took me a couple days, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. Now, Allison, you were down there, and you share your thoughts in the book. Would you read us an excerpt from that?
I started running, trying to outrun a falling skyscraper. I didn't know that the building was falling straight down. I thought it was going to fall like a tree and smash me into the ground and kill me. I ran so fast that I ran out of my shoes. I was barefoot, running over fallen debris, soot, papers, garbage, pieces of concrete and metal. My feet did not feel anything. I just felt fear.
How hard was it emotionally for you to put that down on paper?
It's hard. It still is hard to read it. I mean, it's such a raw emotion. It's a raw day. But I think that what this book provided so many journalists, you know, so many from CBS participated.
Yes.
You know, Dan Rather, you have Byron Pitts, Mika Brzezinski, you have so many people, Carol Marin. This is the first book, I believe, of its kind that takes such a historical day in terms of what we did for a living and puts it together with how people struggled, with how they actually felt about their families and their loved ones.
And Jane Clayson as well participated.
Of course.
You got about 10 seconds left.
Yeah.
How you doing after all this?
I'm okay personally. I'm so excited that this book can do some good. And the fact that the money goes to charity in terms of the editor's royalties, I think is one of the proudest accomplishments of my professional career.
Allison Gilbert, Mitchell Stevens, thank you so much.